Hello, everybody. I'm here with Mary Knight, and we are here to talk a little bit of what we're going to do next week, which is going to be polyamory and red pill. And so, want to just give a little brief talk about your experience? So, what you know about that, Mary?
Yeah. Well, from the perspective of having been a high-end escort and also being a madam, I know some people, some couples were actually very open to that idea of having another person come into their relationship. So that's more of like an open situation rather than, I would say, polyamory, because polyamory is where you're actually going to be emotionally involved with other people. And so some people would start off by seeing a sex worker because it was implied that, oh, there's not going to be this emotional connection. It was kind of a safe way to explore that. And what I found, what ended up happening was that couples would get involved with that because what they were really wanting was a divorce. And that was just their way of delaying the inevitable.
Yes, and I guess there's some of that aspect where they actually don't take the time to grow with each other because some people think that this just all falls into place. Like if you watch a lot of, for example, movies, it just seems like all of the whole building falls into place just by random happenstance. And nothing could be further from the truth. And I guess we're seeing a lot of expectations on both sides from that. I mean, coming from the women's side and from the men's side, like is a lot of the red pill expects women to fix the problems, and that it's not my fault, it's all your fault. And it seems like feminism is doing the same thing. And so I want to kind of just touch on that a little bit so people can know what to expect.
The way I look at polyamory is that men are wanting women to act like men, and then women are wanting men to act like women. And that's what causes this huge disconnect. But the thing about open marriages, open relationships, the reason why that doesn't work is because it goes against everything that female desire is all about, which is safety, connection, relaxation. Those are the things that start the arousal cycle biologically in human females. And an open relationship does not provide those things. And so men will get frustrated with women who don't want to play around in that kind of situation, but they're frustrated because the woman isn't acting like a man. And I always thought that was kind of funny because that's like a lot of the red pill is that they say that, women aren't feminine anymore. But yet they're calling for women to act like men.
Yes. And women then in turn expect men to act like women. And I've had to tell women, stop telling me to act like a woman. And they're like, I'm not. I'm like, yes, you are. I'm like, I don't operate that way. Right. And I think that's where we've fallen off about trying to make each sex wants the other one to be just like them. But we can't. It's just really that's where it's at.
I think part of that is some kind of natural inclination just to want to be understood, is where that comes from, but it's a little immature and short-sighted because there's all kinds of people that we interact with on a daily basis that would it be nice if they thought just like we did? Sometimes, yeah, because it would just be easier to get things done, right? Or people would be better drivers. People would know how to act, right? But that's so of course, yeah, there's daily frustrations, but when you're in a marriage or you're in a romance, yeah, treating men like they're a defective woman and men treating women like they're some kind of defective man, it's like, no, we're supposed to be different, right? That's the beauty of the way we were created, is to be so different. Because imagine if women had the same sex drive that men did. Right? I mean, how overpopulated would the planet be? I mean, come on. It's not practical. It's not practical.
This is true, and that's something that we should actually discuss, and we will discuss. And if anybody has any more questions, feel free to reach out to Mary or myself. So you can come in and get your questions if you want any of them answered. So reach out to us. And anything you'd like to say before we sign this one off?
No, I'd love to know what the audience thinks about all these things because I know you have your opinions on it. I have my opinions, and they're based on different experiences that we've had. And I want to know what other people's experiences are and what they're thinking and why they're thinking the way they are. And not just, oh, because this is right and this is wrong, but eh, what's up as a matter of practicality? As a matter of practical, where do these feelings come from that you have?
Yes. And if anybody who wants to reach me can reach me at my Substack. Um, and it's in the description, and you'll be able to ask me questions and I'll be able to look at it. Because if you try all the other places, I'm ADHD brain will not see all of that. So go to my Substack. I'll put up a thread so that you can ask questions. Right. So we will see you guys next week, and we'll be prepared and we'll get some questions on. Thank you.